All right, everyone. Hello, welcome back to some more Malice Reacts. Trying to get this going in a hurry here because I don't know how much time I'm going to have tonight or tomorrow. It's going to be a busy week this week. It's Christmas week and all that jazz. So, happy holidays to everybody, and hope you're all doing well. But also trying to keep on task and trying to get everything done as quickly as possible here, so we don't end up getting caught with our pants down and have a unintended quiet day. So, without further ado, without any other interruptions, the Paranormal Files, and today they are going to a place in Texas. That's all I can get out of it. The title, The Texas Demon House, the scariest place we've ever investigated, horrifying paranormal activity. And as we can see here on the screen, viewer discretion is advised, if I can speak the English. Also, we're like 30-some minutes, or actually, we're like somewhere around 6 minutes. We're done the pre-roll, which kind of spoils things a little bit, and all that jazz. So we're going to get right into it. Also, I would add that the show is still live. I paused it and rewound it. It's only about a half hour in, thereabouts. Even when it starts on time, it's late. But yes, trying to get this going. Hopefully it's only 2 hours, but we'll see as we get through. So, go. Music.
Episode of the Paranormal Files, we're investigating a house known to be a portal. Welcome to the O.P. Pyle Mansion here in Mineola, Texas.
Is this the most haunted house in all of America? The O.P. Pyle house is full of mystery and death, and the spirits here are always ready to speak.
Almost every single room inside of this mansion is haunted by a different entity. There's an angry demonic man in the carriage house, children who died of scarlet fever in the upstairs, and even the owner's husband who makes an appearance from time to time.
One of the previous owners of the house was scratched by what they believe to be a demonic entity, and it's rumored that this dark spirit still haunts the home.
So join us tonight on this spiritual journey into the unknown. From here in Mineola, Texas, it's Colin Brown. Thank you guys for joining us tonight for another episode, and welcome to the Paranormal Files.
Not sure how recently this was filmed, but looking good, my dude.
Okay, everybody, today we are in Mineola, Texas, and we are going to an infamous haunted house here in this small Texas town. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, it's been a while since we did a proper haunted mansion, but
The whole family
this place,
plus Connor.
some of the stories of this building are really scary, and there's some
believe he said
unexplained
one of his
negative
upcoming
energy that
episodes
the
his
owner
sister's
was
doing
telling us
back.
about that I'm excited to dive into. And there it is right there, actually, the O.P. Pyle house. Wow.
Well, that's for that previous special.
Take
I'm
a
not
look
sure.
at that thing.
Wow.
Anyway, y'all
It looks freaking creepy, doesn't it?
Wow.
It's the
Looks
birthplace of
haunted.
I'm a Hog.
I'm a hog. Nice. It looks,
Victorian.
yeah, it just looks haunted, you know?
very old school.
It looks so cool.
Looks like a place that would have ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
But tonight we got Mary
small
with
manor.
us.
Hi.
We got Papa Spooks.
Yo.
We got Connor. Obviously, you got me. What do you say, guys? You want to head in and see what these spirits have to say?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's cats waiting for us.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of cats.
Ooh.
You know, cats are omen.
Oh, there's
Ooh.
They're a bad omen.
A bad omen.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm like, what? Cats?
I thought it was ravens, my
let's
dude.
do this.
Right.
Okay.
Black Cat's on Friday the 13th or something, maybe.
This place was creepy looking. I mean, it reminds me almost of the Haunted Mansion. And I just really could not wait to go inside and check this place out. This place looks crazy. And just wait until you see the inside of this house.
The O.P.
Also, once again, pardon me as I may need to mute myself occasionally to clean out the gunk that is still trying to grow within me. It's getting better, but it's still not gone.
Pyle house or mansion definitely has the look of a creepy haunted mansion. I mean, it's picture perfect. It's got the turret up top. It's got outdoor window shutters. It's got, you know, just spooky decorations and that kind of perfect amount of deterioration to make a location spooky. I know that when we rolled up that day, I was immediately excited because you can tell how haunted a place is going to be literally sometimes just by how it looks on the outside. And this house, I mean, you guys can probably tell from the drone footage, this house really radiates a certain energy. And I mean, if you would have asked me what I thought the interior looked like before we went in, I would have imagined a completely different thing. So in this tour that we're about to get from the homeowner, Heidi, I think you guys are going to be pleasantly surprised. And this investigation turned out to be one of our deepest that we've ever done, and really poses some questions about the afterlife and what it means. I mean, I get chills thinking about some of the things that happened during this investigation. It wasn't jump scare, scary, demonic, evil, but it was so intelligent that it was honestly a bit scarier than being jump scared. It made me question a lot. But before we get into all of that, let's take a tour.
Hello, I'm Heidi Hoke, and we're at O.P.
Hello,
Pyle
Heidi.
House, historical property, built in 1903. We're going to start here at the porch. Before I get started here on the porch, we want to put notice on the historical markers which were placed at the house in the early 80s. The markers discern the birthplace of Ima Hogg, the home of O.P. Pyle, and basically the general historic relevance of the 2 acres of property here. Starting here at the big wraparound porch, we have our first paranormal site. We have had numerous figures and animated type entities seen numerous times. This right here is the point of activity, and I think throughout history, as we go along and learn of the history, we'll see that there's really no specific thing about the porch. It's the land. It's about the land, because the land holds so much wonderful, wonderful, rich opportunities of historical relevance. We see a tall figure, about 7 feet tall, kind of a cross between a slim, dark, shadowy figure. That figure happens a lot, and it's been seen through this window. It's been seen through the front door, and also dogs have seen it many, many times, growling at it very fiercely. We have had numerous sightings of animated figures in the yard. We know that there was at least one death since the house was built here in the front yard, but more than that, the property site is on a 2-block area where about approximately 600 unmarked graves have been noted. This is due to the railroads that came in when they used slave labor from the prisons, and the circumstances, the conditions were very violent, very, very hard, and there was quite a few deaths. Through that process, people who were deceased were just simply buried where they died. So those graves went unmarked. So let's go in the front door.
Okay. 600 graves?
600 is what they've calculated. So here in the foyer,
number.
we have one particular past resident that likes to plant herself right here, and she likes to look through the window as people knock on the door and not answer the door. That's her favorite thing. So there's been many, many people who have come
She likes to welcome
through
people in
knocking
by
on the
giving
door,
them the cold
wondering
shoulder.
why the woman standing here did not answer the door. And they've told me, Heidi, we were there. There was a woman there by the door and she wouldn't answer. What's the deal? Well, there was nobody home. I was in Dallas.
Wow.
So that does happen, and we've had numerous people report that. Coming through here is the library, and this is a really interesting room. This is an interesting room. This was the library of Mr. Thorpe, James Thorpe, and he was He was a lawyer. He was kind of a protege of O.P. Pyle. They were not in the same time frame, but they were about a generation apart. But they had dealings with each other in the law profession here in Mineola. These books, really on the top here, are Mr. Tharp's law library that we found just decaying in the old garage that was out back when we bought the house in 1972. Did our best to restore them, put them in here, but we know that this was his workroom, and this was also the room that he died in. We know that his desk was here, and we have his desk in another part of the house. We know that he sat here, and we know that he has been seen many times here as a figure, as a spirit figure. He has a tendency to throw things in here. He does throw things. He will throw pictures. He has said through mediums that he does not like the moving black box in his work area because it is used for folly, and he does not appreciate anything in here that is used for anything other than study and work. So that's interesting. He's noted this.
A very
He does not like television. No.
yeah, very anti-television, very anti-entertainment.
This is historic in that
I think the guy
this
needs
was
to mellow.
a crochet dress that my mother made for me for my wedding, and she hand crocheted it. I have it up for display. She also is very prevalent in her presence here in the house. She passed in 2015, and she's since then certainly had her mark here in the house. And she is she's identified many times in EVPs and a lot of the paranormal investigations. She will tell her story about her death. She will tell her story about how she experienced her time in the hospital prior to her death. She expresses her love for the property and for the house, and she calls my name quite frequently. So that's this part.
Is that you?
This is me.
Wow, that
This
is
is
so cool.
That's me.
I mean,
I was 19.
wow.
Yeah.
This is like one of the coolest things I've seen in a long
Thank
time.
you.
Like
Thank
you
you.
did a really good job with this.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay, if you smell that, that is paranormal. I don't have anything like that. Now the pipe, the cigar would have been O.P. Pyle. It would have been Mr. Tharp. So as we're here, where his place is, he doesn't like his place muddled with, and he makes himself known, and it's in the form of a cigar, kind of a Cuban cigar.
Yeah, it doesn't
thing.
have a sweet tobacco smell
Yeah.
to me. It's more of
Yeah.
a pungent.
It's pungent. That would be O.P. Pyle. The sweet cherry tobacco would be Tharp.
You just smelled that just now?
Yeah, I've been
So
smelling a
O.P.
pungent.
Pyle would be equally as prevalent, you know. Now I'm smelling a cherry. The two could be fused, but both of them, and you'll also smell a real rank Marlboro kind of nasty cigarette smoke, and that are the railroad men that stayed here. So we have three different kinds of smokes that you will smell.
Not that it was actual Marlboro,
O.P. Pyle
but something
and Mr.
that
Tharp,
was
they were
cheap
both
and nasty around at the same
gentlemen.
time.
and very proper. I would just guess from the personalities that Mr. Pyle would have smoked. I don't know. You know, I may be wrong. It could be opposite. I don't know. But I do know that we do have cherry. I don't know how prevalent cherry tobacco was back in the turn of the century. But
Hard to
But
say,
right
but
now I'm
if you had
smelling
money,
cherry.
I'm sure it was available, and lawyers
Kinda
aren't
get
on the cheap.
Back and forth kind
I
of
do
thing.
too. They're both.
When you said that.
Yeah, I'm smelling cherry now, and
They're both
and
hanging out. in here.
they're both hanging out in here.
Smoking.
Yeah,
Right?
they could be. Yeah, yeah. We don't know. We don't know what we don't know, and we don't know how much interaction the different generations of residents share after this. So after death. Another person that is very prominent in this room that I must mention. My husband passed in March of this year, and this was one of his favorite rooms as well. In the bookcase, you will see different items that look a little bit futuristic. He was a medical engineer, very gifted engineer, and he loved 3D printing, and he had been 3D printing before people knew what 3D printing was. And he and I together studied in depth afterlife journey. I had a near-death experience which promoted or began the study of afterlife, and he became very interested in it. We, through research, developed particular
Did I
devices
just see the freaking cube
that
from
could be
Hellraiser?
used for astral projection and for an astral
The freaking
after
puzzle box.
near-death experience without the near-death, the out-of-body travel. And he would make these. We would use them. We had workshops, metaphysical workshops and the like. I still use them. He made one for me to use specifically and only for him, for contacting me.
Really?
So that's in the dining room.
Wow.
So he said, and he gave this to me last Christmas before his death. I didn't know he was planning this, but evidently he did know, and he made the device for me. And it was kind of bittersweet to receive it. How do you do that? But he gifted this to me to communicate to me after his death, and he died 3 months later.
Wow.
So he had some inclination of what was up. So that's that, and so those are displayed, and he's just so prevalent here. I feel him.
I love all that.
I feel him here. I feel him here. So that's somewhat of a comfort, So we go into
There's another one.
the parlor.
You all are
was
messing with
the
things I'm
ladies'
not
room.
sure you should be messing with.
It was indeed the ladies' room. It was
I'll
where the ladies were shooed off to talk about their superficial things of life, while the men talked about the important stuff of life in the dining room and smoked and strategized in political and legal issues. O.P. Pyle and Mr. Tharp, they were both very prevalent in politics, law. Mr. Tharp headed the Farmers Union. So many. He was advocate. They were both social advocates, and so they did a lot of planning and strategizing. They did a lot of work in the dining room. So that was a very prevalent place of social strategy. And then the women would stay here, play organ, play the piano, do whatever, talk, and have their time in here. This is one of the devices that was made by a very dear friend of ours when David was alive, and this too is it's an astral device. It's an astral device, and so it's one of my favorites. I just absolutely. David didn't make it, but my favorite artist did make it, and I'm so happy to be able to.
It's an interesting
have
art
it in
piece, if
here.
nothing else.
It seems to be a vortex. It seems to attract the passage between levels, if you will. We have done the camera,
SLS?
SLS, thank you. The SLS, I understand that SLS can try to make figures where they don't exist. We all kind of understand that. I don't know what that is. The dogs are outside. We know that. However, we have done SLS on this. We have seen figures.
No, there's nobody outside.
No. We have seen figures literally born out between these prongs, come out and stand. Now that doesn't happen. That can be faked out in an SLS. An SLS camera doesn't create that kind of animation. But it was just like a birth. The backside coming out and then flourishing out and then coming out into all fours and then beginning to dance. We've seen that out of that.
So what was that
wild.
thing? What's the intended use?
To contact.
But I mean, how do you use
literally.
it?
Okay.
Because I'm so interested.
I channel. Okay, I channel. It's just a gift that has been given to me since my near-death experience. But what you will do is you can hold your hands at a 45-degree angle, and there is a particular time of meditation protocol. I don't need it. I can usually just meditate. And if you stand here long enough, it doesn't really take long. I'm already feeling it right now. You'll feel an electrical charge, and you'll feel an electrical interaction between your hands and the coils of the copper. And here's the whole theory, here's the scientific theory, is the copper wire interacts with the electrical charge in the body, and it creates something like a crystal radio. And as you use it through your hands, your electrical passages, and it's the palms, you're able then to interact with the DMT within your brain. We all have DMT. Every living organism has DMT. That is the spiritual molecule that connects us. That interaction will allow you then to have different experiences. Nobody has the same experience. Some people just see light. Some people just see, different scenes, nature scenes. Everybody's experience is different. There's not one particular experience that is suggested. With me, I am able to channel ascended masters. And sometimes people don't get anything, and that's okay too. But we've noticed that those that have had near-death experiences have a higher level of experience than those that have not. There's a sensitivity that happens when your heart stops and then it restarts. There's something different that happens in the brain. That's my experience. Something happens differently in the brain that creates a higher level of a little hypersensitivity. This is what we have. Okay.
This is kind of up to one of those things where I'm not sure how much to
we know
believe
that
in
there's
it.
entities out on the porch.
But I will
because we've
say,
seen
if
them
it
living
actually
there.
does prove to
Many
show something
times
later,
when
I'll
we're-
take
we're
back anything I have
doing
to say negative about
investigations, we'll
the idea of the thing.
Their faces, just
But yeah, it
different-
just kind of
different faces.
falls under that same pseudoscience of crystals
That's
and whatnot.
what's going on in here.
Wow.
But it's hard to say for sure
And
until
I'm-
you
and I'm
see
sure-
something
The
that
light
actually
right
happened
here
from
in
it.
this window just get blocked off like multiple times when we were talking.
You saw the property, Casey, who was working out here on the stream. He was out here just tonight, and he said he was talking to one of our dogs out here, Monty, and Monty was just going on, real happy, and Monty stopped just suddenly, looked over behind the carriage house, and began to get this mean Cujo, he said, Cujo kind of growl. And I know there's entities behind that because we know the history behind that. But there's a lot of stuff lurking behind the carriage house, and the dogs always pick it up. My dog Cirrus frequently will just stop and look out into space and growl and carry on. So, but we think this could be a portal because, I don't know, it has some relevance, some spiritual relevance. Dining room, we've kind of been through that.
By the way, I was not rocking that wildly. I saw that.
This is a highly
Just drinking
active
some water.
place. And as soon as I say
Trying
that,
not to
I'll be proven
just fish
wrong.
another cough drop. Trying not to cough up everywhere.
But there was just a lot of activity of legal and political strategy here. This is the device that my husband made for me, and all of his devices that he did, and so we talk. These were some. See, you can see the copper, and he put the. That's actually a meteor.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Ark of
So
the Covenant.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know this for sure, but I suspect that Susie Pyle, the wife of O.P. Pyle, I suspect that she had a private practice of spiritualism. I don't know that for sure, and it may not be fair to the family for me to even suggest that, but I feel that she did, because there was a beautiful, there seems to be a beautiful foundation of spiritual sensitivity in this house, and not of evil, just a spiritual sensitivity. It seems to be a place where there is open communication, and I think those who are accepting of open communication are drawn here. I don't think that's by accident. So we have that. Let's go on. A little maid is seen running across here. A little teenage black cook maid, about this tall, cute little petite woman is seen running across here very frequently, just in a scurry, trying to get dinner on. You know,
Right.
that's
Still
this
reenacting the
piece,
trying to keep
we
up
believe-
with tasks of the day.
There's an attachment to this. This really has nothing to do with the house, but we feel there is an attachment to this. We often see a woman who I know, I've met her, I know who this belonged to, and I met her probably about 40 years ago, and she was, she was deceased, but this belonged to her, and she is seen just with her hands posed right here on this, looking out. And I believe it's an attachment. This is Susie Pyle. This was the wife of O.P. Pyle, who built the house. And let's see, this is O.P. Pyle. This is the house when it was built.
Sorry.
And this was a pen and ink done by Patty Hearst's aunt, Ms. Hearst, and she's signed it there. So these stairs are actually
Used to be a lot more trees in the area.
They actually go up into the wall.
Whoa.
So the architecture was not compromised. We didn't want the architecture to be compromised by a staircase that is obviously awkwardly in the way. So, but we go up there all the time, so it's really hard to keep it up and down. I just keep it down all the time. It's so hard to clean, but we're going to go up there next, because that's really active.
That's so cool. I've truly never seen something like that.
Isn't that fun?
That's awesome.
Thank my husband for that. He engineered that. He said, we can make that work. So, yeah, it was just a little hole about like this. You could barely get up. This is highly haunted. This bathroom is so darn haunted. We were doing some work in it, trying to
Another haunted
upgrade it.
bathroom.
There
Here we
was
go.
no windows, no shades on the window. My daughter came in, and she was probably about 19 at the time. So she didn't have any drapes, so she decided she would take a shower in the dark. So she came in here and she took a shower and she was washing her hair, and about midway through her shower she comes running out profane language I had never heard from my daughter before, wrapped in a
Okay.
towel, and she was crying. And after I settled her down, she reported that she was washing her hair, and a third hand came up to the back of her hair and began to wash it like this. So she had three hands going, and it just. And I've
Startled the
had
hell out of
other
anybody,
people
yeah.
to say this is a creepy, creepy bathroom. So I've tried to make it as inviting as I can, but I can't do anything more. It's just creepy. What do you know?
Yeah, that's a creepy story.
It's just creepy.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the bunny room. We call it the bunny room. Now, this has happened. This happened a couple of days ago. It's not new to me, but this falls. I don't know. We have just oftentimes, this is
Did that
one of
light
the,
Oh.
yeah, this happens. This kind of thing just happens all the time. And it's you kind of begin to just take it in stride. But see, this has been bitten down. I don't know where the nail went to that, but this is not unusual. We have.
That, you're just finding
just-
that right now?
I'm not just finding it. I knew this for about 2-3 days, but I just came in here to clean after
Wow.
my partner had been in here, and somebody was mad about him being in here. So I don't know. It could have been my mother. But anyway, so we just have these things. So this is an interesting room. It's a bunny room. We've always had it the bunny room. I don't know why bunnies got involved in this, but about a year ago, it dawned on me why it may be. This was the room where 4 little children were quarantined during scarlet fever, and 2 of them passed. And we have seen full body apparitions looking at themselves in that mirror of children. We know that there were 4, maybe 4 in here at one time during that. That was so sad. And that would have been the Pyle family. And I know that they did lose some children to scarlet fever. Now, what's the bunny connection? I didn't realize this until I went through my books that I had given to the children. The Velveteen Rabbit was written in that same time period. That was the story of a little child that had scarlet fever and was not able to play with the rabbit because of the fear of exposure of scarlet fever to other children and family. When I made that connection, these bunnies, and I put the book in the room, I had a copy, put it in the room, these bunnies began to be like tossed off of that shelf.
Wow.
So there was some kind of a connection between the Velveteen Rabbit and the scarlet fever in this room. And I'm really glad to have made that connection because I believe there's something to that. It was in the same time period, so that would have been in 1905, 6, 7. O.P. Pyle passed quite soon after the house was built and left Susie Pyle with her children, and she had to sell the house. She had no means of financial security, so she did have to sell the house to be able to move and take care of her children. And that's when the Kitchens bought the house. They were here for about 2 years, and then they sold the house to the Tharps. Kitchens, you'll know Kitchens restaurant downtown. It was the same family. Okay. This is the Black Rose. This is kind of my office, and this I don't believe there would be anything specific. However, I suspect that probably David would make a presence known in this room. This was where he slept and where he passed. And it would be
husband.
a place that he would be prevalent, possibly besides the library. I don't know of anything notable about this, simply because no one before you all have been allowed to investigate it. It's never been investigated. So I would be very happy for you to investigate it, simply because I'd like to know what's here. You know,
What might be
I
around.
really would like to know what's here. When Mr. Tharp died, Ms. Tharp was left to do whatever she can. The women, they just had no financial security, and
Back in the day,
widows
yeah.
just had such hardship. So she took the carriage house where the horses were kept, made those apartments, and then she rented them out, and then she rented out all the rooms in the house. So that's when the railroad men began to come in, and they would go in and out, in and out. We don't know who. We know there was some tied to Bonnie and Clyde. They were here sometime, and they did rent. And there's been EVPs that suggested that there was a presence of Clyde here. But each room has a particular personality of that suggests railroad activity, railroad men. So that's what we have here. This is my mother's room. This has all of her stuff in it. She loved this room. The notable thing about this is that a picture was taken. It was completely dark. A picture was taken right here, and it is of very obviously the most horribly disturbing demonic face I have ever seen in my life. And I have that photograph, and I'll be happy to share that with you. But it is disturbing, very disturbing. And I don't know anything about that, and I don't even want to, use the D word. It's just that's what it looks like. And it's I mean, how can you how can you deny what it looks like? So I'll share that with
One
you.
has
What
to
was the
wonder if
context of
maybe
when the
that
photo
might
was
be
taken?
They were
thing
just
to be certain
doing
people
really,
here.
but they weren't like summoning or doing anything weird. They were just doing very light, generic EVPs, and we had one of the members just flash pictures all the time, and he picked up a lot of things in mirrors and the like. But over this door was where he flashed just into the dark, and it came up, and it's just too obvious, to ignore. It is disturbing. But other than that, we all of these rooms are active in some way. There's names and and activity, things being thrown around all the time. But this seems to be probably one of the more peaceful rooms.
Actually, the
aside
fact that it
from
could be trying to pretend to be
photograph.
someone has me a little bit worried for her.
But
Now that I think of it.
this we know is a railroad
Could
guy.
be something faking to be someone she thinks she
right here in
knows.
this corner.
Causing her to do
And
things that maybe
he's got
she was
the
not
full
intended
dress,
to be doing.
full thing going on. He was definitely working on the train.
I guess we'll wait
He
and
was
see.
On the train kind of.
This has that pungent smell.
It does, doesn't it?
Cigarettes.
Yeah, it does.
Bad.
I'm smelling it now. I'm
I can
smelling it
feel
now.
in my nose.
It
I'm
does.
smelling it.
Oh, it's not nearly as nice to smell.
No, it's not. It's not the nice cherry stuff. It's like Winston or Marlboro kind of stuff. The unfiltered kind of So that's this room. The only thing notable about this is the floor. This was Miss Thorpe's sewing room, and nobody cared that Miss Thorpe's sewing room was level. They just didn't care. They threw up a place for her to have her sewing machine, and they didn't care whether the floor was level. So this is not disrepair of the house. It's just that the room was not leveled when it was built on. It was a build on. This was the outer door to the. There's a little boy that's seen looking out the window from outside in. A little boy's face looking out the window here. So let's go upstairs to the belfry.
Yowza. So what's with the giant fan?
This is just metaphysical room. It's just it decorated itself. There was no plan, no order. It was just stuff that David liked and we had and that was donated and that we didn't know what to do with it, and it just pulled itself together, I think, really nicely.
Yeah. Clearly looks like
It
the
just
set of a
happened,
movie.
you know. So we have yoga here. We have workshops. We have classes. We do a lot of holistic health related activities here. Breathing, body work, holistic stuff. You notice that ETs. My husband was definitely into it, and he made some of this stuff. He made these guns. He was just into all the steampunk. He loved steampunk, and it was just part of what he did.
This gun thing is super cool.
This is crazy. Now this clown is like a pendulum, and I found this the other day and I couldn't resist it.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
Bringing the clown. So anyway, this clown is like a pendulum, and when there is spiritual activity, he will just start swinging on his own. And we don't know who it is. We don't know who's doing it. Like you can see, like now, when the music started, he started swinging. If you'll notice, he's swinging.
Yeah.
Now that, obviously that could be air, wind. We get it. It can be debunked. But sometimes people say, I swear, it was still. There was no air. There was nothing that could be promoting this movement, yet he does. Now he will also move on command, like if you ask a question or doing EVPs, or you need some kind of confirmation, he will give confirmation to certain spiritual.
He's cute.
He is cute. He is cute. This is just a room that my kids love to come on Christmas and holidays, and we just like to live in it. This, I believe, has an attachment. I'm not convinced that this is clear. We try to clear things, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Things just filter in. This corner is really active, and this area is really active, and I'm sure because of the metaphysical objects here. But we find an orange ball, like an orb. It's about this big. That
I'm hearing the dogs.
Surfaces in and out. I've also seen that same entity right over here, and that's been photographed. I've seen it right here. So, and again, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's the space. It could be the land. We just don't know. Now, I haven't talked a lot about the different levels of history, but I would like to do that. So, beginning with Native American history, we know that on this area of land, we can document at least one of 3 tribes referred to as the raccoon people. And they revered raccoons. They loved the raccoons, and I'm sure they used the personality of the raccoon to mimic life skill strategies of cleverness and resourcefulness, We cannot keep raccoons out of this attic. Now, I know that people have raccoons. I know East Texas is full of raccoons. But raccoons are drawn to this space. I can't tell you how hard it is to keep the raccoons from finding some way to break into this particular space. I don't know if that has a connection to the Indians that were on this land, the raccoon people, but there's something energetic there. So raccoon, this is almost like a raccoon house here. But there's a lot of activity up here. Secondarily, another story that we have been able to document by name and year. There was a young man named David Aiken who went to fight in the Civil War. He did not agree with the war. He didn't like either side. He felt like there was it was unnecessary torture and violence. He just didn't want to have anything to do with it, but he had to go anyway. So he fought in Virginia, but after the war was over, he was deeply traumatized. PTSD, had suffered through horrible combat experiences. He came to East Texas and he landed here on this property before the house was built. He befriended a little lady who lived in a very small house that is right at the corner of our property. He befriended her, she befriended him. He took care of her and protected her. She cooked and protected him and helped him through his trauma. He lived in a little chicken house behind her house. They lived in separate quarters. They were simply a platonic family. And when she died, he died very, very soon after. Through a medium, he has told his story that when he died, he went through a period of complete darkness. No heaven, no hell, just a purgatory type time of darkness, in which time he woke, and when he woke, the house had been built. Now, to this day, we still feel his presence. He makes his presence known as a protector of the land. As he protected the little lady, he now protects the land.
Just protects the property in general now.
We can hear him. We can hear many times boots going back and forth right over here. This is where the boots are. They're many times, and you'll hear them. You can always hear them from the downstairs where my library was, the bed with all the books. You can hear it all here, and you'll just hear really strong, heavy boots going back and forth and back and forth, and it will go on for hours. You can't sleep. It will go on for hours. And he has identified himself as being that boot activity, just simply standing guard. He says that he's able to guard the home spiritually, and that is how he sees himself and his contribution to the land, is being able to keep out the constant and permanent prevalence of negative energy. He literally scares it away. Now, I was in the library one night. I was nursing a migraine, and I was in so much pain, and I was awake all night long. And as I was laying there, I distinctly heard what sounded like to me hooves. I hate to say that, okay, but they were hooves. They sounded like goat hooves. They were just brup, 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 all the way up the wall into that library room where I mentioned. That morning, I went in to bring my husband David some coffee, and when he opened the covers to get out of the bed, there were huge scratches down his leg. huge, huge scratches. They were bloody. They had bled into the bed sheets. And he said, I don't know what that is. I never felt it. And that was within about an hour to an hour and a half time slot of when I heard those hooves go up that same wall. We don't know about that. We don't know anything more than that. It's just an experience. And so all you
Hard
can
to say
do
what
is
that one's
just
about. Yeah,
come to
that's very
conclusions
peculiar.
that are the most sensible.
Especially if that soldier boy is supposed to be up here protecting
It
the
wasn't
place.
a cat. It wasn't a cat. You just don't miss something like that. But
Yeah, when a cat gets you like
evidently
that,
whatever
yeah,
it
you
was,
don't miss
it,
that.
It,
Well, you
it-
shouldn't have missed that in the
it
first
came
place,
through
period, but it's really
without
weird.
him waking up, or without him knowing that it ever happened. So, so David Aiken, he protects this place. He runs out.
Not very well by the sounds of
Shouldn't
that.
be here. So the railroads were coming in, and they used slave labor from the jails to build the railroads. There was very little respect for the life at that time. They were just
What was that?
you're gonna get a lot of activity here.
Wow.
That's-
Like someone slapped the wood.
Yeah, it did. Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
You know,
That's
kinda
what
like-
it said. Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Wow.
So they didn't care. I just saw a shadow. Right here. It went, it was just for a fleeting second right through here. Just right through here. You may get a lot of activity right here. So they have little regard for life. So that's how the 600 some odd graves are within probably a 2-block period, a 2-block location from here to Patton Street over to the highway where the loop is. That block of land. It's about 3 blocks square, and that's where all of that is. One of the prison guards, his name was J.H. Randall. It's been documented that he was one of the worst, most highly regarded as being probably one of the harshest, the meanest, the most vindictive of the guards that worked that project. There were many people in the town that tried to get him lawfully arrested for the cruelty that he had given out to the workers. He never got in trouble for it. He went through. Somebody finally killed him. To relate that to what our paranormal activity is here, there is a figure who we think is a manifestation of the picture that we got in the blue room of the picture I told you about. We believe that's him. He refers to himself as Bosman. There's been television shows that have gone through the carriage house and recorded all of that activity. Now, Bosman was a common term that prisoners used to refer to the guards. It would be not only a self-associated name, but a name that the slaves would have also referred to him as. And he hangs out in the carriage room. He will swipe the backs of women. He does not like women. He abuses women. He is mean, and he is vindictive, and he is violent. We've had people, we've had men who investigated here. We've had them thrown across the room. We've had people that investigated that would not go any further in their investigations. He's mean and nasty, and he loves to intimidate. And you're welcome to investigate that if you would like to do that. His name's Bosman. He refers to himself as Bosman, and he likes attention. we really try.
Fun fact,
not
I was
to
referred to as boss man
stir
several
him
times
up,
in
but
the
it's
last
really
couple of
hard
jobs.
not to invest.
Interesting.
It's hard to investigate that area and him not come because he loves
A
the
dog
attention.
giver.
So, J.H. Randall, Bossman, he's over in the carriage house.
Like boss.
Yes, it's a slang, Bossman, and he refers to himself as Boz.
People call
B-
me.
B-O-Z, yeah.
On the train.
Yeah.
People say, "Oh, I was telling me, what's up, boss?"
Yes.
To me, I'm like,
Yes.
"An old guy or what?"
Right. Right. It's a slang term for, the head honcho. And so so Boz or boss, you can call him in if you want to. He will probably come. We get a lot of activity in that carriage house. A lot of activity. Apparitions, slamming doors, shadow figures. Behind the carriage house was a speakeasy. It was illegal, and it was shut down during Prohibition, but it seems that there was always activity there anyway, and the law was usually a part of it, so they just turned their head and let it happen. And so we have a lot of activity behind that carriage house between here and the Dairy Queen parking lot. There might be too light, maybe too much activity, I don't know. But there's, there where the dogs are, there's a lot of activity there. But you're welcome to investigate the carriage house as well.
Oh, for sure. Okay.
That's where I do a lot of my my consultation and my work and stuff. So, but you're welcome to go up there as you want to.
Awesome. Was there somebody like buried somewhere on the property that I read about online?
Yes, there's 4 people. My cousin, my father, my mother, and my former husband are all their cremains are all here on the property.
Wow. Are you gonna be?
I will be. Yes.
That's awesome.
I will be. I will join my husband there. I sure will.
So-
Their own language.
I guess I have 3 questions.
Okay.
One, do you ever feel like with the amount of kind of like calling out you guys and you do here, you ever get negative stuff that comes through?
I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
Because I know a lot of people online are going to be like,
Sure.
that's dangerous. Because
Sure
we
they
get
do.
that when we do
Sure.
Ouija boards.
Oh, sure. I don't. And I am not afraid. And I don't have negative experiences here at all. I think fear is probably the most negative thing that can be manifest. And I think where there is fear, there is vulnerability for negativity to take advantage because you open yourself up when you become afraid. And I'm just not fearful.
So then that parlays into my second question.
Okay.
What, since there's so much space in here, what are like the top 3 or 4 most active areas you
Where
think
would
we
you
should
go?
hit?
Where do you want to go?
Yeah.
I would go to the carriage house.
Mm-hmm.
I would go here, and I would go here.
Okay.
I maybe the library.
Okay. Yeah.
The library would be a good place because you have a lot of people spiritually contributing to that. And also those devices, boy, they draw energy.
Oh, I
They
bet.
really draw a lot of energy. You're going to have, if there's anything to be attracted, the devices will attract. Yeah, that's where we go. Here, the library and the carriage house. And you can do both of the stories of the carriage house the same way. Boz usually travels up and down between the 2 levels. So if you don't find him in one level, you'll find him in the same place at the lower level. And what that is, as you go to that far room, and in the corner, as you go through to the left, is where he hangs out.
Awesome.
He just, and also he goes back and forth in the kitchen, but I have the kitchen closed off, I think. But he hangs out there in that corner. I don't know what there is about that corner. I don't know if it's a ley line or a water or a spring or something, but something attracts him to that corner.
So, I guess I have 4 questions. This one's shorter.
Sure, no, that's fine.
With all of the stuff that you have here and all the practices you do, would you consider just property to be like a big portal?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Because it's really crazy. It feels
Absolutely.
like it.
And to that point, we had we did a lot of dowsing, and what we discovered, and this is why I think Susie was spiritual. I don't think this was by accident. The house was built so that the first landing was the very center of a circle of places where those dowsing rods go together at a particular place of spiritual significance. Now, yes, it could be a spring, but do springs run in a perfect circle? I think not.
No.
I believe this house was built on a portal. I really do. And I believe the center of it runs right through that staircase. And
got chills.
I have seen doppelgangers on those particular marks where I've seen doppelgangers here of
That's
people
creepy.
that I know.
That creeps me out a lot.
Yeah, nothing happened. It was kind of insignificant, consequentially insignificant, but I saw them. They were there. My daughter's seen them.
And then my last question that we ask everybody. So you would say this place is haunted?
I would.
Yeah.
I would say it was spiritually active.
Spiritually active.
Haunted, that word kind of suggests negativity. And so I can't say that it's a negative thing. It's not a negative spiritual place. It's just so active. And in the understanding of balance, when something is balanced, it must have both negative and positive to maintain balance. This is very balanced, so you can come to your own conclusion with that.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited. I think it's about time to start, guys. Yeah? You guys ready?
Just enjoy.
I will say she's at least a very interesting hostess to listen to, for sure.
The interior of this house. I mean, it's knick-knack and trinket heaven in this place. But also, there's some really interesting devices in there that she's using to communicate with the dead. Really cool artwork. But also, this house has been decorated almost the same since her mother owned this property. And she says that her mother still haunts this place, and her late husband still haunts it. The person who made these devices to speak with the dead. So it's obvious that this house holds many
I wonder
secrets.
where the daughter is, because I got a feeling that eventually that daughter's going to inherit this place, too. How much she wants to be still attached to the place. What the hell? Well, that's creepy.
Wait, what the f*** was that?
What?
It stopped moving. Dude,
Okay.
no way. Yo, what? Dude, that thing was just moving like crazy. We're just getting B-roll right now. Yo, that is trippy. Dude, look at it. It's completely still now. Can you move that again? Really, really strongly?
What the hell?
Thank you.
Well, thank you, yeah. Holy smokes.
Wait. Yo, I have f***ing full body chills, bro. It's completely still now. Thank you. Yo, look at it, dude. What is that?
There's no breeze right here.
It's books. It's a
Okay,
bookcase.
now what the hell? I thought this might be a vent or something.
No. No air
What?
coming through there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's no breeze. This is the middle of the hallway.
You wouldn't put books right in front of a air vent. They're gonna age and crackle and
We're just getting B-roll. There's our
cauterize
slider.
like 5 years.
Okay, that was trippy.
That was wild.
It's not moving at all. And you said, can you do that again?
All the way, dude. What the hell, dude? Did you hear like a baby cry? And the dog barked right afterwards? Whoa!
Heard a little
Yo, I'm not
something, then the
kidding.
dog. Yeah.
That sounded like a...
This is the child's room?
Dude, it sounded like... Meow, and then the dog barked. And look it, the thing's completely still. Yo, actually, WTF, dude.
That's crazy.
What the freak, brother? Okay, if there's any children in here, let me just ask. If there's any children in here, can you flicker those lights like you did earlier? I saw you flicker them. Do you know how to do that? Take the energy from those lights?
Right before we came in this room, this battery completely drained.
That's true. Dude, I'm tripped out looking at that thing. It's completely still.
Wild.
It feels pretty heavy. That is just tripping me out, dude. Because look at that.
No.
Literally, when we asked, it went all the way up like someone grabbed it. Dude, and it's completely still.
Still completely
What,
still. It
guys?
hasn't
I've
moved
never
since the
seen
second
something
time.
like that. Okay. Well, let's finish getting B-roll, I guess.
So at this point, it was time to begin
Lordy.
our investigation. And as you guys saw, Heidi and her husband David, they had all of these spirit communication devices that they had researched and developed together. I had never personally seen anything quite like these devices, but I was really, really curious as to
I've
how
seen
they
something that looked like
worked,
two
what
of
the
them, and it was
process
not from
was.
a happy place.
And Heidi
Just
was
saying.
talking to all of us and talking about
Looked
how
like a
she
puzzle box from
is able to
Hellraiser.
channel spirits and energies, kind of like a classic seance, using her voice to
I
project
will say
what
on the other
spirits
side of
are
that,
trying to say.
the Ark of the Covenant
So
one
obviously
was
for our
kind of cute.
investigation that evening, we wanted to have Heidi do almost a small ceremony, a channeling experiment where we would have her use the actual device that David made for her
asteroid
before he passed away to see if we could bring somebody into the room to speak with us. And like I said, this is where it gets really, really shocking with some of the responses. This is where it gets emotional. And just, yeah, this is a very different episode, but I think you guys are
Yeah,
going to
you
be
can
really
really kinda
impressed
tell.
by what we captured.
This lady's not
but
like
just a little
seems
bit
threatened like at all
creeped
by
out
anything that
beyond
she's
the
seen there, the usual or
creepiness of these
unusual
videos.
of it.
You're about to see why. Okay, guys, so it is December 2023. We're nearing the end of the year. Wow, what an incredible property this is. We're all just kind of in awe.
Wait,
Wow, what an incredible December 2023. About to see why. Okay, guys, so it is December 2023. We're nearing the end of the year.
So it is,
Wow, what
the
an
last
incredible
18
property
days or
this
so.
is. We're all just kind of in
So
awe.
this is him cleaning.
By
Okay.
the amount of stuff inside of the house, and it's really hard once again to convey the feeling of a place to people online, but this property has such a welcoming, just warm energy, and yet at the same time it feels heavy in a different sense of the word. Heavy as in I feel there's so much energy here, and I think she's totally spot on when Heidi is saying that this place is a gigantic portal, because I mean, just think
This
about it.
feels
Almost
like
every
there's so
single
much
room
going on all
inside
at
of the
once.
mansion has some sort of spiritual object or communication device, and they're doing these sessions all the time. She's doing these connections. Other people are doing them. They're doing workshops. It's just like, if there was a place that's going to be a
I remember
portal,
when they pulled up there on these
it would
about
be
the
this
cats.
home.
The cats are just constantly
it's also
here, man.
interesting to consider that
As
she's
far as
had
I'm
negative
aware, they're
stuff
probably
come
just
in
there
and
to
out
help
of the
take care of
house,
roads
which is
and maybe
interesting
help
because it's
make
that's
enough
the whole
smell
thing.
to
When
keep
you try to
maybe
channel,
help
when you
keep
try to
most of the
communicate,
raccoons
and you
away.
use these different tools or methods of communication, It's almost like casting out a fishing line. You don't know how big the fish is that you're going to catch. You don't know what type of fish it is. You're hoping to catch something. So tonight we're going to do a little bit of a special start to our investigation with Heidi herself. We're all super excited, but I want to show the other crew here. Once again, the motley crew.
I call being Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee.
Oh. Who else is in Motley Crue?
I'm Vince.
You're Nikki Six.
Yeah, Nikki Six.
Nikki Six.
I'll be Mick Mars, I guess, just on principle. Yeah. So you guys, what are you guys feeling right now?
This place is, spectacular.
Yeah.
Just trying
Like
to
she
get
was
B-roll
saying
has been a weird
about how there
venture.
being a lot of energy in this place. She doesn't really get negative most of the time because she doesn't invite it in. It really does feel like a really happy, like nostalgic feeling in here. Especially with, just her family members coming in and just all the other owners of this place. It's a really interesting feeling in this place, and I'm really excited to be able to use some of the devices that David made and see if we can contact some of the spirits that maybe he used to talk to in this house.
Yeah, Peppy?
Yeah, pretty much what he said, and I think there's so many interesting objects in there that like David made, and the reliefs that they have, if it's extraterrestrial or a Middle Eastern culture, things like that are woven into their faith, if you will. So I think it's just got, like you said, like a mixture of, I think, good and evil, but it's balanced, and it's like you said, she kind of doesn't focus on any of the evil or the bad spirits, but they're there. But I think it's definitely a really warm feeling for me in there for the most part.
It's like emotional.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. I could almost felt like I was going to cry.
There's
that one
multiple
time.
times
That
like
was
when we
weird.
were walking around where I'm like kind of tearing up.
Yeah, you did too?
Stop.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm a man.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of men.
Okay.
Okay, guys.
Yeah. What?
Something I don't know about?
Mary, are you excited?
I am.
How are you feeling?
Um,
What's the vibe?
it's just so sweet and nurturing, and Heidi is awesome. She's got this energy about her that's so nice. And just, I'm excited. Just, it's so many cool areas. And the house is decorated so cool. It's just, yeah, I'm excited.
Well, folks,
All right.
I think without further ado, we should head on into the mansion.
Uh-huh.
Let's do this, folks.
All right.
Knuckles in. Woohoo!
Let's go.
All right, love you guys.
Love you.
Let's do this tonight. Let's bring some love in with us, okay?
All right.
Yeah.
Fill
All right.
ourselves with some love and light,
Some
good
Christmas
energy.
joy.
Christmas
All right.
joy.
Christmas joy.
Holiday joy.
Holiday joy.
Okay. Woo.
Okay. Woo.
Want some holiday joy? You should give me some liquor. I'll give you all the
So
joy you
to
want.
start off our investigation tonight, we're all set up here in the library.
Give me some of that
and
strong
we're gonna have
eggnog.
Heidi start off with her channeling because we want to see if we can, bring somebody in to speak with us this evening. But we're gonna let her kind of explain right now what she's about to do, kind of what the device that she's using. And look, somebody just walked over there on the proximity meter. Right when we started talking.
I worked with my husband with a particular device that it's actually very ancient. I think you'll find similar looking devices in historical artwork that depicts ancient spiritualism. That's just the lack of a better word. That's just all I know how to describe it, especially in the Egyptian and the Hindu religions or cultures. So what this is, it's not original, but I think the idea is not commonly known of. So if you can imagine what would be that this device is very much like a crystal radio.
Look at how crazy
And
that
it's
thing is
using
in infrared.
electromagnetic energy that is using the electrical units of our bodies and copper. So if you combine copper as a electromagnetic conductor, and you visualize the Fibonacci sequencing for spiritual geometry, and you imagine a spiral, you combine copper with specific rounds of spiral, and you combine that with the energy of your hand, there becomes like a crystal radio. And you're able, the idea is that you're able to then communicate with the unseen electromagnetic energy of spiritual presence. That could be anything from what we know of as paranormal, but in that larger umbrella of paranormal, it can mean any kind of extraterrestrial entities that may be coming in and out. It can be ascended masters, it can be guides, spiritual guides, it can be angels, it can be ancestry. Those that have passed who guide us. One would then say, could it be some malevolent? This has never been seen as being anything malevolent, because when you begin to work with this,
Oh no, the Palantir glow
greatest
that the
energy is intent.
IR is
when you
giving me is a
have
little intense,
light
but I'll give you
intent
your
or
I'll
positive
trust your
intent,
word on that one.
there is more of a likelihood that the positive intent will attract positive guidance. So this is very similar to a experience that one might have in an out-of-body near-death experience. Certainly so not having to go through the neurological and the physical trauma of near death. So what we're striving to do here is to be able to have an experience of higher consciousness that we might have in a near-death experience without the near-death experience. And those that have had near-death experiences seem to be at a higher level of sensitivity to this. So this particular device was made by my husband. We have a book on Amazon called Akashic Bridge for Those Who Are Afraid to Cross. He explains all this and explains the history behind all of these. So this is a device that he made for me last Christmas before he passed. And his passing was not an issue. We did not anticipate his passing. He may have known of that and not voiced it. But on Christmas, he gave this to me, and he said, "This is a device I've made for you so that you can communicate with me after I'm gone." And of course, I was it was a very bittersweet acceptance of this gift. I didn't know what to think of it. 3 months later, he passed unexpectedly. I'm going to use this to see what we can do, see who can come through. I feel very, very at peace with using this particular device that was designed to use for him exclusively, because David was a very fundamental part of the paranormal investigations here. He was a part of this. He loved it. He hosted it. He welcomed it, and I would think that he would be very happy to be a part of this event tonight. So that's why I feel
Finally
very
bringing in other investigators to research record what's going on.
Nothing may happen. You never know, and I don't make any claims one way or the other. We just do what we do and see what happens. So I'm going to start this, and I'm not going to go through any kind of protocol, because I do that. I mean, I can go ahead and do that within myself. If we were doing in a group, we would have a protocol that everybody would follow to be able to get into that meditative state. But I'm just going to do it as I do it. The instruction is just to hold your hands at a 45-degree, not touching the device, and meditate and just see what happens. Okay?
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to put this right here. We're ready to go when you are.
Okay. I'm just going to take some time.
Go for it.
Take my glasses off. Just take some time and
I just purposely keeping that on mute just to see what it says.
I'm so glad you enjoy the home that we so diligently prepared. Thank you for coming tonight. We welcome you. We're glad to see your enjoyment. We put so much work, so much toil, financial contributions, and it was so hard sometimes. We didn't know how we would be able to afford to make this anything that would be valued. They were going to tear it down. Oh, can you imagine that? Can you imagine a majestic, beautiful piece of architecture like this being just thrown away like trash? I'm so happy that you honor it tonight. We appreciate it so much. Thank you. Thank you.
I'll wait and see. I kind of get the feeling they're getting the same vibes as me, but they can't really be as vocal as me. It's like, you okay?
What is your activity here? What are these mechanisms?
We are just trying to see how much energy you have.
I have plenty of energy. I woke up this morning, I had my breakfast, and I'm studying, and I have plenty of energy, thank you. What more energy do you need? You don't need to be in here.
They're just kind of, they're used to show people who don't believe in this sort of a thing that you're actually here.
I am here. All they have to do is just walk in and see me standing here. I'm here.
Where are you right now?
I'm in the corner where I study.
Who is this?
My name's Thorpe. I'm surprised you don't know me. I'm a very well-known man around town. If you do not know me, you may not belong in this town.
Yeah, this is our first time here. Out of curiosity, what's your first name?
James. You should know that.
James, do you know anyone named Neil or Amy?
No, I do not.
Is James the only one that's here?
Oh. Something just went off.
Who was that we just saw walking either in or out of the room? Is that you, James?
Could be Susie.
The device I have has told me he scares people. Someone that might be here. He scares people.
It's probably me.
Okay.
I scare women and children.
How long have you been here, James?
100 years.
Did you die on this property?
I did. I died in this room.
James, what do you see right now?
I see interlopers. And I see mechanisms that don't belong here. They're not a part of my world.
You angry that we brought these tools in here?
Well, of course, wouldn't you be? They constantly bring in all sorts of paraphernalia that is useless.
James, I'm curious to see if you can touch or move something in here. I mean, I know that you can. By the way, I want to introduce ourselves. My name's Colin.
I'm Jeff.
My name's Mary.
My name's Connor.
These people are all my family, my parents, brother-in-law. So we're just here to hang out.
And you hang out together?
We do.
But you can never get any work done.
We're working right now.
This is kind of our
Well, this is certainly a type of work I'm unfamiliar with. It doesn't involve books or writing or study. Art is folly.
My device that we communicate with you says true. So
What did you do for work?
I was a lawyer. A very good one. A very good lawyer.
Okay. That's interesting.
James, I have a question. Since you live here, who's the one that scratches? That word just came up on one of our instruments.
J.H. Randall.
So he's an angry guy?
He's scratched his whole life. That's all that man did was scratch.
So my device that communicates with you says the man attacks people.
He does. He scratches everyone. He scratches through life. He scratches. The man knows no other action but violence, dismay, and hardship and brutality.
And he likes to stick around the carriage house?
As far away from me as possible. I don't let him in this room.
Is there a reason why he's stuck around?
He doesn't have anything better to do. He's still scratching.
Do you know someone named Emily?
That name sounds very familiar. Family name.
Emily.
And my device says right after, says she scares me. Does Emily scare you?
Lots of women in my family scare me.
I thought you scared women.
Guess that could go both ways. A man can only do what he has to do to protect himself.
Were you married?
Oh, yes. She scared me. She scared the hell out of me. She's a tough woman.
Is she here with you now?
No, she's over in the other side of the house where I keep her. Nag, 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 nag. You never could please that woman. Damn!
It seems like there's more than just James here. Who's standing there, James?
It's Doug. Doug's here.
And who's Doug?
Doug's that guy that bought that house. This house from us for the family. Doug and Margaret, they bought it for my family here. My grandchildren, they couldn't. God, they were so glad to get rid of this place. It was an albatross to my family. All my hard work here. My books stashed and gone to ruin. Nobody cared about the work that I did here.
We care.
Yeah, I can tell you're here. You showed up.
So do you enjoy the new owners?
They try, but I could sure do with a few less animals around here. They're destructive little critters. They don't belong in the house.
So are the devices, the little instruments we have said there's a lost soul here in undocumented death and that there's secrets. Do you know anything about that?
I do.
What happened?
Prohibition.
Was there a murder here?
There was. Many. You know, we had an old wine cellar under the house, but my wife had it destroyed. It was covered up.
Was there something in that cellar?
Probably. You know, there was an old underground railroad that went from here to that hotel across the way over there. I'm sure it carried more than wine and liquor.
So maybe there's the restless soul of a murder victim here?
I would assume so. I don't know so, but I would assume so. There was a lot of darkness in those times, you know?
There's a cold wave coming. Yeah, you feel that?
How come you stay around here?
I love this place. I put hard work in this place. I can be anywhere and everywhere.
How many spirits are here with you?
Too numerous for me to count.
Somebody here keeps telling us on all of our different devices that we need to be careful. Is the person in the doorway someone we need to be careful of?
Well, there's great power in numbers, and believe me, there are many numbers here. Numbers of souls.
Is there a portal here?
Yes. Yes, there is.
Where is that portal?
It's over the stream. The stream underground.
So this whole house is a portal.
I would assume so. The springs are all over this land.
James, I would love for you to touch one of these lights in here for us. If you see the red lights that are everywhere, think you could do that for us?
I will do so in my own time. But understand, I'm not a performer.
Thank you.
So you just hit the letter D. Who's that? What are you trying to spell out?
James, a device again that we use that communicates with you says, I was killed. Would that be referred to Doug or to someone that you know?
We have many here that were killed prior to the house being built. It was not within the house that the deaths occurred, but prior to the house being built. I would not want to be responsible for the blood money that would have built this house. No, this house is pure.
Some of our devices have said, I was killed, sacrifice. Was there a reason that someone was murdered in here?
That would have been long, long ago. Something which I know nothing of, nor did I live that.
It's an interesting thought. The device also is spelling out D-A. Wonder if David's coming in. David, I know that this is your device that you built. We're so thankful that you're letting us use it.
Hello. It's nice to be here. I thought you'd never call me.
Whoa. Okay.
Who is that?
It's David.
Now, he was British. He was British born, and he loved Latin, and he studied Latin, and he was a smart man. Oh, he was smart. He was brilliant.
David, that
Was quite the entry.
Really, I'm so thankful that you just came in here. We could literally see that you came in here through some of our devices.
That was wild.
So, David, our devices that are talking to us about you says the rack. The rack. And I know you like to use 3D printing a lot. Did you use like racks or anything like that to make them to display
Of course.
things? Okay.
Of course.
Did you enjoy making those?
Of course.
Yeah.
You have so many interesting inventions. We're just amazed. Do you have a favorite one?
The devices. The clock.
David, did they call you by a certain name?
At the same
or
time.
How'd they address you, your children?
Another one went off. Holy cow.
I have no relations such as that, other than Laurel, who was my stepdaughter that I really, really loved.
David, we're here to do an experiment tonight. I think you'd be into this. Can you maybe try to move an object in here or tap on something, make some sort of a noise? We can give you a second. We're just gonna sit and try to listen.
Getting that phone awfully close to that thing.
I think
It's
we heard
watching you.
maybe a tap. Can you try to do that one more time so we know that that wasn't just the house?
Didn't hear it. I don't know. They seem to hear
David,
it.
one of our devices just came up with the name Amanda. Do you know an Amanda?
She has She has investigated here. I remember her very well, yes.
You liked Amanda. She was pretty cool.
Very pleasant.
Where's the most of the spiritual energy tonight in the house? What part of the home? Other than this room.
Both. Both?
Who's that right there, David? There's been somebody watching us this whole time. One of our devices even said it's watching you. It's standing right there. Is there a reason they won't come in here and talk?
There's a line.
What do you mean by that?
They're lining up.
They're all waiting to come in here.
Is there anybody in this house that scares you, David?
No.
Do you like to be where Heidi is?
Seems the bed's a little crowded. It's okay.
David, thank you for trying to spell out your name right there. It's actually pretty incredible that you're able to do that. Can you try to finish tapping out DAVID on that device? You've already got DAV.
You actually spelled out D-A-V already. That's
It's
pretty
really
to
incredible.
start.
Do you like to hang out in the bedroom library?
That was not usual sound.
I wasn't ready to leave her. I'm so sorry.
Aw, that's okay, David. I know Heidi really misses you and she's talks so highly of you. We can just know you were an amazing soul.
Ran out of life energy.
It's amazing that you made this device to communicate with Heidi.
It's really beautiful, actually.
It really is.
Communicating from the other side.
It's just natural. Everybody has a time and a place where it happens. But at least you're still here. And we can't thank you enough for speaking with us.
I appreciate the opportunity to do so. Thank you very much.
B.
David's last name was... David, what was your last name?
Crook.
Where did you come from, David?
I was a bastard. I had to carry my mother's name. And for that, I never lived that down.
David, I'm so glad you invented all these devices, and this house really is wonderful and beautiful. Once again, we're trying to do a little experiment here. Can you try to manifest yourself in some way around this room?
You remind me of someone.
Watch. Scorpions.
Scorpions all behind you.
I move them often.
We'll watch him. We'll watch him tonight and see if anything is moved by the end of the night. Because if we could do this, it could prove to some people that spirits are real.
Do you ever get tempted to move on from this place?
There's no division of space where I am.
So, David, we're about to start our investigation.
Thanks for touching the light again.
Yeah, thank you, David.
You're welcome.
Hung.
It was my pleasure.
What's your recommendation of where we should go next? Should we go upstairs? I think that's where we're going to head.
Belfry.
Do you think we should go in the carriage house? Is that safe?
Do you want safe?
My
Not
son,
sure.
Not
my son
necessarily.
doesn't. He's a daredevil, and so is Connor.
Safety is within your mind.
Fair enough.
Someone's standing right next to me. David? Who would that be?
Doug.
So David, our device again, just said bang. I don't know if you can make a bang for us or what that's meaning.
What I just said.
Kitty. Hello.
Bang.
Do you know if
The
we
cat
brought
just looking
anybody
out
into
the
the
window
house
like,
with
what
us?
the hell?
I don't think so.
That's good.
Thank God.
Sorry, I missed our conversation. I was too focused on cute cat looking very confused in the window.
Yeah.
That's good. Do you know if we brought anybody into the house with us?
I don't think so.
That's good.
A little breather for them after everything they've been through in their previous home.
Coming in and out.
Yeah.
Who just walked in here? Can you tell me?
I saw many things before I passed, and there are multiple creatures that peer through the door. I saw a tall extraterrestrial who is unseen in this realm. I saw my mother, who stayed close to me until my passing. But presently there are still entities that like to observe, and that's all they are. They're just observers, curious little observers.
Well, we have only... We're going to start moving on to another part of the house. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
Is there anything we can do for you?
No. Protect Heidi. She
Heidi?
sends me that she's here alone in the house, but she's a force of nature. She can handle it just fine.
Is this still David? I noticed the accent is gone. Who is this now? Who have we been talking to?
We meld. We're close and we meld. We speak from a collective understanding. We were close.
So who are you? Because David seems to have left,
Yes, he has.
and I don't know if you know Liam or not. Are you connected to a Liam?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
Dogs are barking at her
the darker thing here. The dogs, we were told earlier that the dog starts to bark when the dark thing is around. And there was a noticeable vibe shift all of a sudden.
It's cold.
It's cold.
All of a sudden the dogs, it just feels different in here.
But we've still
Like actually a little bit anxiety.
Me too.
Yeah, we've still never really gotten an idea though of who you are.
Sometimes when it's
Yeah.
darker, I just want
Do-
to tell you its name.
Could you tell us who you are?
Very cold. It's very cold where I am. It's very cold.
The heck?
Is he coming in? Z twice in a row. What's the Z? Who's the Z?
Whoever you are, our device again is saying there's an affair. Are you familiar with an affair? An affair of the heart, or we still don't know who it is. Okay. So again, can we ask who you are? Because David's left, and you still haven't given us an answer. If you would please.
You know, for saying that there's no negativity or really bad things.
Secrecy.
Mm.
Secrecy.
The lights just flickered. Did you see that?
Secrecy.
The lights just flickered. Did you see that?
Ooh.
Secrecy.
Yeah.
The lights just flickered. Did you see that?
Can I ask you is there an Anna here?
That would be Margaret. That's me. Margaret Annabelle Bracken Hoke.
I did too. Hello, how are you doing?
Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
Said, who's
So glad you came in for tea. Does anybody need anything to drink? I'll be happy to go in the kitchen. I have some coffee and I have some tea, and I just made a nice sponge cake. Would anybody like some of that?
Sounds
Oh,
delicious.
But that sounds
Yeah, I love to give English teas here.
that sounds amazing.
I did a lot of them. I'm always here.
Do you like it here?
I love it here.
Do you help Heidi?
Nope.
How come?
She does not need my help.
No.
I can't tell her anything. She does not do what I tell her to do.
So, my device just said sin and gunshot, and we were just talking about secrets.
Yes.
Was someone murdered with a gun here?
No. But if you'll look in that pane by the door, Heidi covered up a gunshot through that window. David didn't like it. So he had her to put those god-awful decals on the door to hide the gunshot through the bevel glass.
Who shot the gun?
Oh, some kids with their BB guns.
That's very disrespectful.
Well, we are almost out of battery on a couple of our devices. So, I think we're gonna end. We're gonna.
We really don't want to end it.
They don't want to end the session.
Oh, what was that? That was a bang. Over there.
Sounds like a voice. Could you make it?
Doorway.
Dog stopped. Yeah.
dogs, it seems like the dogs picked up on something negative. Because it got really weird there for a second. Physically, it was weird. Is there any way you could try as hard as you can to make a noise in this room for us? Or anywhere in the house?
Darkness is collective sadness. The darkness you feel is collective sadness and grief. This place, as happy as it was, suffered a lot of grief and sadness and loss of loved ones.
Is there something hiding in this house?
Yes.
What is it? Or who is it?
J. H. Randall.
Is he upstairs?
He's everywhere.
Should we be afraid of him?
Not if you're smart.
What should we do to protect ourselves from him?
Outsmart him.
Is there anything that he fears?
Himself.
So our device says, "See my shadow." Do you think that's him saying that?
Yes. May very well be, yes.
Does he present as a shadow?
Yes, a dark figure. You see him in the upstairs apartment often, looking out the window.
Is he up there right now?
Probably.
So if we go up there, we might run into him right now?
He moves between the front 2 rooms of the carriage house. And he's seen frequently.
Shadow on here too. There, it came on there.
Look at this.
It might
It's my
say
happy
see,
place.
it said see my shadow.
Peering out the window. It's another way he has of hiding. He hides within his own
The
shadow.
shadow is his happy place. In the shadow.
Interesting. I think we're gonna head upstairs now. This camera just died right when I said that.
Do you have another
You're supposed
camera?
to free.
Good gracious.
Is that you saying you don't want us to leave?
Welcome. I'm sorry to end this. It's such a pleasure being with you all. I'm glad I had an opportunity to speak through Heidi.
We can't thank you enough. Is this still... Is this still Anne?
What the heck is going on there? Mm.
Thank you for coming and for acknowledging Heidi's work here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming through and speaking with us.
Feel free to follow us around.
You may hear from me again. Margaret, Annabelle, Brackett, Hoke.
Margaret.
How will we know it's you, Margaret?
Thank you. There is no other name.
Oh. Okay, we'll know it's you, Margaret.
Can we ask to have Heidi back?
Whoa. Did the lights just dim again? Man, that just sparked again. Oh, hi.
We're good.
I know.
We're good.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Amazing.
That's
How do you feel?
Cold. I'm really cold.
oh.
I'm really cold. A lot of energy coming, you know.
Yeah,
I'm
that
good.
it got really cold.
Did it get cold in here?
It's
Yeah.
cold,
Is it just
yeah.
cold in here?
No,
It could be the temperature. I mean, honestly, it could be the temperature.
Look at this. I'm beside you.
gosh.
What do you want to do now? What is your
Now I think we're gonna go up to the.
belfry?
We're supposed to go
Belfry.
Belfry.
Yeah, that's what we were told to go do.
I think David told us that.
I think so. I can't remember.
That was crazy. I've never seen anything like that before. But it's
I'm unsure about that whole method. It's definitely interesting. If it's true, it's definitely interesting, and there does seem to be at least a little bit of correlation with some of the objects going off around them. But I can't say I guarantee you 100% that all that stuff was for real. Just very interesting, and very interesting to watch it as it happened. So I guess we'll wait and see. But yeah, that was kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie, that was some pretty wild stuff there. It looks like this thing is about 2 hours long, 2.5 hours long, and we're down to the last 35 minutes already. But yeah, that was interesting. I'll give it that. I'll give it that. It was very interesting to see that go on. I'm not entirely sure I fully believe in it yet, or anything, but it'd be interesting to see what one could find out about it by experiencing it yourself, I suppose. Like actually trying to do what she was doing. But anyways, that's gonna be it for that, I guess. Moving on to what they're gonna do next.
It seemed as if we were called up to the belfry, and we wanted to check out to see what was up there and what wanted to talk to us.
Look at this light.
Ooh.
Look at this light just turned itself on.
Can I go on?
Trying to turn itself on. Whoa.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Right when I started recording.
Well, you got it on static, didn't you?
That light just turned itself on.
That was really weird.
Did you guys see that?
Yeah,
Jeez.
it was
crazy.
just me and you up here at first.
I mean,
Was that? It's
Can you turn that light back off?
That was actually kind of freaky how it was flickering on and off.
So Connor and I were up here just turning all these lights off just now. Connor did all these. I turned these off. Jesus. And right when I walked away, that one started turning back on, and I got the tail end of it on this static. And then right when I started recording on that, it just turned back on. That was really
That
strange.
was so
I
cool.
mean, right when I just came up the stairs, it was like going bananas.
Oh my god.
Okay, at any point, if you're here with us,
Interesting.
turn that light back on to show us that you're here, okay? Look at, there's somebody standing over there. That thing just hit. Proximity meter by the lamp that was just flickering and the music box. Okay guys, so we're upstairs right now in the top portion of the OP Pyle house. That music box has been going off more than it has the entire night. There you go. It's like somebody followed us up here. The proximity meter went off by where the lamp was just flickering, but we're gonna try to talk to whoever's up here. Okay, whoever's here in the top portion of the house, we were told somebody's waiting for us.
False.
False. Hey. Hey.
my name is Joseph.
My name is Joseph.
Okay.
Joseph? Who are you?
Can you walk across the floor so I can take your picture?
David, are you up here with us?
Intelligent.
Oh, you know what? She was actually just telling me downstairs how intelligent.
Oh yeah.
She was saying that
Yeah,
up
she
here.
was saying that up here.
Wow. And downstairs too. So
Okay.
that's kind of
Ma-
weird.
Confirmation.
Yeah.
This is where like all of his things
Yeah.
that he's
Right.
made is up here.
That's
So
kind
maybe
of
ask
It's my happy place.
Oh, that's
She said this
is
was
it.
like
Yeah.
his creation, even like up to the walls.
That's so
Like this is like
Yeah.
a spaceship.
So maybe
Oh my god.
keep talking.
David? David, can you say your name for us?
And David, I have a device here that you'd like. It would show you in color on a thermal image if you would just show yourself.
Relative.
If you would, please.
Relative.
D.
Oh my god.
D.
That's crazy.
Okay. David, if that's you, can you continue to use this device like you did downstairs and spell your name? Can we also talk about how crazy that was that it said D-A-V?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
what?
That's
Seriously.
just
And Heidi and I
weird.
were talking about DAV. You'd have to go back and look, but maybe it was a transition period when it stopped. When she was
I think
turning
it
into a
was.
different
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So you have to, I think that's what happened. And then it went to the next spirit.
Yeah.
And wasn't able to finish.
And I will say there was one creepy spirit that wouldn't tell us what its name was. You know, whether she wants to admit to that or not. But there was one that was like felt, and we all said it feels different in here.
And that's when the dog started going crazy.
Yeah, the dog was going fucking
And then
haywire.
it was like that
The-
guy
the
went
dogs
away
were
and
not
the
having
dogs
it, whatever was
completely
going on at
stopped.
that
I
moment,
think
too.
it was a bad spirit for sure.
Yeah.
Forgot about
I
that. I
feel
keep forgetting
lost.
about that. But yeah, the fact that this device just went off at certain times and the dogs went
Oh my
wild.
gosh, there was just a noise.
Archfiend. Oh my
heard that.
Did you hear
god.
that? Like a, yeah.
Archfiend outsmarting. I feel lost.
Ghost box.
What does that mean?
Ghost box. That's just
Yeah.
What is that?
spirit box. It's what you guys are using to get these voices.
Hello?
Main.
Maybe.
Spirits walk.
What did it say?
Spirits walk.
Okay, I just got to
Yeah.
tell you that was on the floor here.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Like I
that-
could feel
Remember she said that she hears that one guy walking over there, like loud
Yeah.
boots.
Right.
That's what I heard. I'm gonna point over here. That's the noise came from here.
Bad entities here. Languidly.
Languidly.
See my shadow.
The shadow.
Please show me yourself on here, and I'll see your shadow.
Dude, this device spelled out by.
Really?
B-Y-E.
That's cool.
Do you think that was David saying goodbye and somebody else coming in?
I mean,
I
just
don't know,
from
I don't
like
know
what
why
we
I-
got downstairs, of like, said it was like a line of people just like waiting to come and talk and speak, and so maybe like
Yes, I can.
they're taking turns coming
We're
in,
gathering.
gathering in line.
Now they know which room they want to gather at next.
Is there
Try and get
somebody
it in.
whose name starts with F?
It's gonna be hard to get any
that just
kind of
got
information
here?
out of here because there's just going to be so many voices trying to clamor in at once.
I'm having fun.
Okay.
If it's for fun.
We are too.
Oh.
What is it?
If it's for fun.
Oh.
What's your name? And where are you in here?
Actually, it looks like it's gonna be a 3-hour video.
It sounded like something over there.
Yeah, we're already at 2 hours. And it's gonna be another hour, I bet you.
What was that
You
scratching?
bet.
Doesn't it sound like something scratching?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very.
I think it's creaking a little bit or something back here from the wind, or
Maybe.
Is that you scratching on the wall?
Who's the scary thing that was around earlier? Who was the negative thing? We loved talking to David.
Can we like, stay focused on topic?
Oh my gosh, Carolyn Kennedy.
Didn't it say
That's
Timothy?
weird.
Or did
Timothy.
Oh,
Timothy.
I thought it said Kennedy.
No.
Timothy.
The Kennedys are here.
What the?
They said FX.
I like that channel.
Whoever's up here, we need to have a distinct sign from you that you're here. Because it's really confusing. There's so many different spirits that are here.
Well, that's not what you're asking like
Just
5
tell us
questions
one
at
thing about
random.
you.
I couldn't tell. There's too much motorcycle.
Team Ed.
Team Ed?
Yeah.
Twilight?
That's what I was thinking.
Lordy.
I didn't want to say it.
Is that you in the corner over there?
We're here.
Oh, hi. Hello,
Okay,
corner
show
man.
us.
Shop.
Shop.
S-H-O-P-P.
Could that be the carriage house? Because she has a shop in there?
Right.
Like, go there?
Jay. What was the guy's name?
Who?
H-H. That guy?
JH.
I wrote it down.
JH?
Yeah.
J-H, I
Here.
got it too.
Look at jewelry. J.
Thorpe?
J-H Randall.
J.H. Randall?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was his first name?
That is just J.H. Randall.
Wait,
Boss
you
man.
should, dude, you should. You should.
Look up.
I'm going to text her right now.
Wow, what's the name that came?
If it's Joseph,
Oh.
we got Joseph twice. We didn't even
did?
think about
Okay,
it.
let's ask.
Yeah.
Or no, it was James.
Oh.
Alexander.
Oh.
This is a portal. I mean, so many. Timothy,
Yeah.
Austin, Alexander,
Well, also remember, she said like 600 graves.
Graves.
Right.
Yeah.
This is my home.
Okay.
James, are you here?
You probably would.
She's over there.
Oh, okay.
Nice to meet
she?
you.
Oh.
So you said nice to meet you. Who is this that we're speaking to?
I'm not playing.
Uh-oh. We're serious. We just want to talk. We're not playing. These aren't toys.
You know what might have happened? It's interesting. One of those spirits, I don't remember who, kind of seemed like they wanted to protect us. And they were the ones that kept telling us to come up here. And there was another thing that told us go left, follow me, go down. That seemed like you wanted us.
Library.
Library!
Oh.
In the library. They were telling us in the library that we should follow them to the carriage house. But we listened to the good thing, maybe David, and up here it's pretty just calm.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's what the spirit wanted. It knew that there was
A little more
nothing
calm
really
or
up
energy
here.
up here, maybe.
No, that it was safe.
A little more
It was
focused.
safe up here, so they wanted us to come up and just hang out. And that dark thing is in the carriage house. JH. Is
Walk
that
left.
Walk left.
Again, left.
Right after I said it was telling us to fucking go left. Is something dark?
Sacred ground.
Is there something dark waiting for us in the carriage house?
The library, how we were talking about that. She was just showing you David's urn in there.
Mm-hmm. And her mom and dad are in there too.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of David.
See my shadow.
Again.
You
Where
said,
are
"What's-
you?"
Is there something in the carriage house?
Should we go to the carriage house?
Watch out here.
Seems like it's warning us not to.
Mm-hmm. That makes us want to go even more.
I know.
Honestly,
really
yeah,
though,
honestly, it makes it
I
want
felt
to
like
just
it was
go
really
poke
heavy
a
in
head
the
in there just
library.
for a few
I don't
moments.
feel anything up here.
No.
Really. I mean, it's got like a good kind of positive baseline energy, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, when we do these investigations, the dark stuff tends to be the more powerful. Like she even said that thing threw a man across the room in the carriage house. Wow. What do you have to say about that? Anything left to say before we head down there? Anything we should be watching out for, nervous of?
I was sick.
The kid.
Oh yeah, the scarlet
When the
fever.
kids maybe messing around over there, yeah.
Dude, there's something. Listen.
Humans.
Some weird noises, yeah.
It actually just got kind of colder in here.
Mm-hmm.
Did somebody just come into the room?
To get in.
All right, well,
We're
we're gonna go down to the carriage house.
Agree.
Agree.
I'm so confused. Didn't I just said agreed?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, if you want to follow us down there, we're gonna head down there. Okay.
Heard something right behind me.
So after the upstairs, I mean, we had stuff happening on and off throughout the night. I mean, the lamp flickering was absolutely crazy because Connor and I were just setting stuff up and it turned on by itself and was doing that weird flickering. There's some weird poltergeist activity earlier in the night with the tapestry moving by itself. It felt like somebody was there, but it felt like, once again, we needed to move locations to kind of chase this energy. And it felt almost like JH, the angry spirit that's been known to throw people across rooms. It seemed like he wanted us to head out to the carriage house where he likes to hang out.
The boss
And
man wants
yeah,
to be out
I
where
think
he's
this,
the boss.
I mean, this episode is just shocking. There's no other way to cut it. You're going to see that what happened to us in there was unbelievably bizarre and validated multiple pieces of equipment that we have at the same time. So, yeah, we're going to cut to that now and buckle up. This is about to blow y'all's minds.
Okay, guys, so
for that
we're
high
now
energy,
back
whether it's
behind
good or
the
not.
OP Pyle house. You can see it right there. We're about to go. Oh, that light just turned on. The motion light in front of the house just turned on, I think. Right when I said I got that on this camera.
Okay.
So this is the carriage house behind us, where the negative thing is. In the last 15 minutes, I've started to get angry and frustrated. I think I might be being affected by something. I'm a little bit nervous coming in here. Yeah, I'm gonna try to not let it affect me, but I'm definitely feeling fucking weird and annoyed. So, let's go. JH, here we are.
Oh, it's gonna stop.
Make sure it's turned on or turned off.
Can't tell if it's slowing down or what.
It might be just on very
JH,
low.
or whoever's in here.
Maybe
coming
didn't
in
even
here to
realize
try
I
to
left it
talk
on.
to you. First of all, we were warned about coming in here. Can you, if you are in here, can you make a knocking noise or make some sort of a noise? We want to know that you're here with us.
There's like a pop. Did you hear that? Like a radio pop? Is that on?
No.
That was weird.
Yeah, I think the fan's just on. It's on very low. I've seen fans.
What?
The hell, man?
What?
Oh, wow, I heard it that time. Whoa.
What was it?
I was about to say, on this camera, it looked like right under Jeff's chin.
Oh God.
Like there's something like peeking out from behind that
Afraid.
door.
Oh God.
I'm not even lying at all here at all. Not that I'm lying anytime, but I actually going to say I feel anxiety like here. That came from over there.
I'm telling you, I don't.
Wow.
And
1900s.
when we play this back, you can see like something just really small, like peeking out from behind that door.
So past my chin.
Yeah.
JH, will you make another noise?
Interested to go back, actually. Let's have another look. Before he got jump scared into
What?
oblivion.
What? What? What is it? What was it?
I didn't see anything, but
Thing
might have been something that
really
they
small,
just kind of
peeking out from behind that door.
might have just unclear enough that they didn't really notice it or something. I don't know. Didn't see anything.
The air is heavier up here.
Did you hear that?
Ooh, I heard that one.
To you.
That wasn't you.
No.
1920s.
Wait, what did that say?
I did bad things.
He did do
Yeah.
a lot of bad things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Bang?
Yeah, when over here.
It sounded like
came from
below us.
downstairs.
Downstairs. I heard it this way.
Bosman, I think you're kind of
I did bad things.
Something waits.
What are you waiting for? You trying to scare us?
Hey, come up here. We're calling you out.
Almost sounds like voices.
Conversation.
Yeah. The heck?
Bosman. I don't think you're really as powerful as you say you are.
The bench. Tradition. Wait and see. Red hair.
Remember I said ginger earlier?
Okay, it's coming.
He sounds like an angry dog.
That's creepy.
Bosman, are you coming in? Should we do DR60? Yeah. Feels different in here.
Mm-hmm.
Feels not very good.
Way different than upstairs.
Before we start this EVP session, we're going to sit here for a second and see if you can prove to us that you're a big, scary guy. Okay, let's start this. Let me ask, who's with us right now? Can you say your name?
I was religious. I don't know.
Why were you so violent with people?
We like the dark.
I'm just going to point this out. Right when it said I like the dark, a light turned off outside. Did anybody notice that?
Yeah.
I just saw that house light turned off.
Watch out for evil.
So, boss man, what do you like to do to... Does he like to do stuff to women? Bad things to women? What do you do to women?
Important.
Do you want to hurt us? Who are you?
We are apprehensive.
Why are you making me feel angry? You upset for some reason?
It's me. Hear me.
That's a first. Ooh. Nobody's been moving.
So you are making me upset.
Where are you right now?
Nicholas.
Boss man, did you turn the fan on here?
God protects this place.
Do you have to stay up here, or can you go into the house? Can we do anything to help you?
Yeah. Who's with us right now? Can you say your name? Yeah. Who's with us right now? Can you say your name? Why were you so violent with people? We like to talk. I'm just going to point this out. Right when it said I like the dark, a light turned off outside. Did anybody notice that? I just saw the house light turned off. And it was between very quickly. Watch out for evil. Do you have to stay up here? Or can you go into the house? Can we do anything to help you?
Just a few scattered
Nothing.
moments, but nothing clear. About as clear as mud or just completely quiet.
Yeah, right after you say no.
It's also weird when you think about it, how she said that this guy, he moves like vertically in the house,
Right.
not like through rooms. I don't know.
So
It's like can't comes through. 'Cause that's like where we're hearing the noises too. It's like downstairs.
Uh-huh. So he's ascending right now. Is that true? Are you here?
We hear like you're mean to women, but how about men? Are you a weakling? Or what? Give me a sign that you're strong. If you think you are.
It feels so weird in here.
I know.
Just kind of have like some anxiety for some reason.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I saw just a really creepy person walk silently out there.
Well, that's creepy.
Very creepy.
Mary, I mean, obviously he doesn't like women. Maybe you should try to say something to not antagonize him, but.
Boss man. Do you want to do something to me? Do women make you mad?
Tired.
Scratch.
Mary's here. He do not like Mary. Look how tall it is. It's like, is it hanging? Oh, it's huge. Really tall. You got it?
Yeah.
Mary's right. Hold on. Do you feel anything, Mary?
I mean, I think it's just cold and it's super creepy. Oh God, I heard something over here.
Look at how tall this thing is. Oh.
Is
She
that-
was saying it was dancing.
Is that you?
Look at that. Oh, can you feel anything? You're right in it.
Who is that?
I mean, strangely, my hand feels tingly.
Look at this. It's on your hand. Look at it. It's on her hand.
Who is this?
Sitting on... Why don't you sit on... Okay, it's smaller, though. What would that mean?
What is that?
Look, on the bed. Oh. On the bed.
Okay, you're on the bed now.
What's that, Mary?
What?
Okay.
What? I don't even know what to
is
do.
that? Oh, look at it. It went on Mary's arm. It's like attaching to you. Do you feel it?
I mean, I just feel cold.
Oh. Okay. I guess. Oh. Oh, it's coming after us. Look at us down here.
Ugh.
There it goes.
There it goes. Wow. That's cool.
Well, somebody's
That
here,
was cool.
but
Not being
Who
very
in this room in
talkative.
the corner. She said the left corner. That's over here.
Let's do the Estes.
It seemed in the carriage house that JH was there and he wanted to speak to us, but we just couldn't hear him. And so we decided to break out the Estes method. And this Estes method turned out to be one of the most shocking Estes methods that we have ever done on the history of this channel. Watch this.
Hey everybody, it's Colin here. Thank you for watching today's video. Hello to all the new subscribers, and hello to the rest of our beautiful, wonderful, spooky family. As you know, every single week here on the channel, we give away a free gift bag to one lucky. Smash that like and
Good luck to anyone getting that gift bag.
Multiple listening to my little spiel. I love you guys so much, and stay spooky.
All right, let's go.
Holy moly.
She will touch you.
You ready for me to do this? Whoever's on that device. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna go into the Estes method.
okay.
All right, Pops. Let's see what you get. Dang.
Yeah. You guys ready? Yeah.
Oh shit, that's loud. Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yep, go. Go. We're waiting at the speed of you, Pops.
Oh, little girl just.
Okay, so to whoever's here, we want to just ask first, who are you?
Here.
Can you tell us your name?
Bang. Bang, bang. Ooh. Me.
Yeah, who are you?
But yeah. It's me.
What's your name?
You know. Yours.
It's like they don't want to.
There's a high voice and a guy's voice.
They do not want to tell us the name.
Like Dawn when she was doing it too, when we kept saying, "What's your
Mm-hmm.
name?" Can you just tell us the name of a spirit that's here?
It said like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Are you the angry man?
Tickle me.
No, thank you.
Yeah, who is this?
Oh, it just went like this. It said, bitch.
Somebody who's really angry.
Why are you so angry? Can you tell us why you're so angry?
Wrong. Like an angry dude. Wrong.
Do you
Get
know-
her.
Do you know who Heidi is?
Yep.
What did
Just
that
said
say?
Peter.
You know.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh
He
my
said
gosh.
Peter?
That is.
Wait, did Jeff say Peter?
He said Peter.
I think he said Peter.
He said, who is this? And he said, Peter.
What the fuck? Dude.
That's weird.
What the hell?
What the fuck? That's wild.
Is this Peter? Can you just tell us the name of a spirit that's here? Do you
Get
know-
her.
Do you know who Heidi is? What did
Just
that
said
say?
Peter.
You know.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh
He
my
said
gosh.
Peter?
That is.
Wait, did Jeff say Peter?
He said Peter.
It's me.
What
Oh, it sounds like it's actually making like a sex sound.
Oh, I feel like there's something. That's really creepy.
So who the fuck is Peter?
Peter.
Oh God.
Baby. Baby. No, it's like a guy. Baby.
Oh, I think we've got like a creepy guy.
Got a creepy guy from the
Maybe this goes
train
back to
from the
the
prisoners
beginning of
from
the night with the
train ride.
undocumented death.
Yeah.
That was
Right.
like a murder.
Right.
Peter, were you murdered here?
It just said whore.
Gosh.
They
Well,
really are
also
not
remember there was
happy
like a speakeasy
out here.
like
Uh-huh.
right here.
Right.
Let's party.
Oh.
Maybe one of the speakeasy patrons, and I mean,
That too.
honestly,
The
a lot of
speakeasy as well.
That
Yeah.
was fucked.
I had like prostitution and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He was saying he was hearing like sex noises.
That's
And
so
whore.
crazy with Peter.
That's weird.
Naughty. Straight out. Naughty.
Prostitution.
I don't know what's going. They're just like.
So, Peter, were you murdered or did you kill somebody?
Possible.
Which one though?
Oh God.
I can't believe that, Peter.
That's weird.
Got a freaking headache.
Do you like the girls around here?
Give me up. Gave me up.
Peter, were you a railroad man?
Oh. I'm feeling like a lot of anxiety for some reason.
Peter, what's the sound?
I'll knock you out.
Sounds like a drunk.
He does sound like a drunk.
Yeah.
Are you
Peter,
part
do
of
you
the
like
speakeasy?
do you like to
Oh.
drink?
P. Oh.
Peter, do you like to drink?
Maybe. Pork.
Why are you here?
March out. A voice, an angry one. That angry guy again.
Man, kicked out.
Tell her to go. Elizabeth.
So, Peter, were you murdered?
Dead. I'm dead.
How did you die?
Bang.
Unknown.
Unknown. That's what I just was saying too.
Like, he doesn't know how he died.
Get me a bottle.
Oh. He is a drinker.
So, Peter.
Black one. I like the black stuff. By the tree.
Moonshine.
What happened by the tree?
I didn't make it.
Ooh.
I mean,
With the bottle.
He was drinking
I think
and
it's definitely like
they
someone
were
who
trying
was
to
going to
remove
that
trees and he
speakeasy.
wandered out there
Yeah.
drunk as a skunk
Forced.
and got smacked by a tree.
nice.
A woman's voice.
Nobody cared
Were
and
you
just quickly buried
murdered
him.
while you were drunk? Or let me
Or
ask,
they buried him by
Peter.
a tree
Uh,
after they got rid of him.
what was your
Oh my
last
gosh,
memory?
there's so many voices here.
What's the last thing you remember?
Died. Wooded. Something wooded again. Double. Give me a double.
So, were you murdered in the woods?
Double straight, no chaser.
Because in the other place they kept saying woods.
Shooting.
And then bang. So,
Shooting.
you got shot. Do you know who murdered you?
Run. I didn't.
Did they chase
Are you buried here somewhere?
In the back.
Oh.
Oh my god, dude. I didn't even realize when I asked that question.
Look.
Bones was on the screen.
Oh.
Unknown bones.
It's hidden. I'm
It's
hidden.
hidden.
God.
Hey, I'm hidden.
All those
Buried
bodies
somewhere.
that are
Remember,
supposed to
I
be-
was asking. There was I got on my
Oh,
screen
geez, there's just like tons of voices in here.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, true. Where at?
I'm outside.
Oh.
Pointed. Christmas.
How can we find you outside?
It's so cold.
It just, I was about to
It's
say, it got
so-
way colder actually.
Move over. Move it over.
Turned AC on in
Yeah,
here.
it's
Yeah.
Buy the pizza.
You know how like you were saying
Demon.
there was something.
Demon.
Oh.
Dude, it actually got way colder
Yeah.
in here.
Just said demon, guys.
Just looking into that room over there behind Jeff.
Heaven.
I almost just see more.
Really?
If
She
you're
said she was
here,
going to show that picture, but she never did.
can you just make
They
some
said
sort
it
of
happened.
noise
Oh,
to let
shit.
us know? What the fuck? What was that?
That was
it in
loud as hell.
What was that?
Hot, cold, definitely.
That's what I was saying. That I kept seeing stuff over there. Like I feel like I saw a shadow.
I'm right here. Smile. Oh, it's by the water.
Oh my god! And then that she said all that water. You know, is
The streams.
yeah, portal.
The portal's the stream.
Ooh.
I've got so much.
Holy smokes.
It sounded just like someone smacked the
Seriously. Like right
Bats.
behind my head.
Yeah. My god, this is the creepy. Some
Ooh,
sort
I
of
felt
noise to let
shitty.
us know. What the fuck? Some
Ooh,
sort
I
of
felt
noise to let
shitty.
us know. What the fuck?
I give up.
Don't give up.
You really put on quite the show.
Gibberish.
Okay, you said
We just acknowledged that fucking slam.
yeah.
That
Oh,
was
boy.
So.
Also, right after you said demon, you scared the shit out of me, dude.
I scared the shit.
My name is Mary.
And he just said, "I'm evil."
It.
Mom, my name's
Oh
Mary.
my god.
Remember doppelgangers too? She said she sees doppelgangers off camera.
I'm freezing cold
I
in
know.
It
here.
is. It's so cold. In
Ice.
And I've been
Oh, Jeff.
and I've been like very comfortable pretty much the whole time I've been in here.
Yeah.
And out of
Bite
nowhere,
me. Bite me. Delta. Oh, that doesn't make
It's gotten a lot colder in the last 5 to 10 minutes. Who's the evil thing that came in here all of a sudden?
White boy.
Elizabeth. Who said Elizabeth? Did he say that during the Estes?
I can't remember.
Somebody when we were in here said Elizabeth.
A voice, an angry one. That angry guy again.
Me got kicked out.
Tell her to go. Elizabeth.
So Peter, were you murdered?
Elizabeth. Who said Elizabeth?
I remember thinking
Dude, I'm freaked out.
Beth. Beth.
Oh.
Elizabeth.
Oh my god.
I came up the top.
My home.
Remember they used to rent this place out too.
Mm-hmm.
Knock until
I'm freezing cold in here right now.
get going.
Can you at least tell us, identify yourself? We haven't been able to tell who you are. Is this still...
It's Anne.
Is this still Peter?
Oh,
Her mom.
her mom.
It's
Her
Anne.
name was, wasn't it?
It's like a,
Margaret.
a higher
Margaret Ann.
Margaret Ann.
higher woman's voice. Naughty, a woman's voice.
Margaret. Oh, well, yeah. Her mom was listening over there. Margaret, is that you?
I don't think it's
I don't think it's Margaret.
Wow. Doppelganger trying to make us think?
Yeah, she will harm you.
Oh my gosh.
Are you trying to make
Freaky.
Are you trying to act like somebody that we don't think is going to harm us so that you can harm us? So that we trust you?
Unfortunately.
Oh.
This has gotten very freaky at the very end.
2-timer.
I'm telling you, there's like a wave of cold
I
coming
know.
right through
Well,
here.
that's where that f***ing loud-ass bang came from.
Oh, laugh. He's just like...
Look, all my hair's running in right now.
You just said evil laugh.
What do you want from us? Like, what do you want us to do for you, dark thing? We're not afraid of you.
Eat.
Oh, it's
Eat you.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, these are even insulated
Eat you?
shoes, and my feet are freezing cold.
Perfect. Go down. Go down. A woman's voice says, go down.
I think we should go down out of here.
Emily.
You're ugly. Guy's voice.
Oh, maybe the mean guy
Yeah.
doesn't like women.
So,
Is this crazy?
I think maybe there's so many questions on this
There's
Estes.
so much going on.
Usually we end with the Estes, but I think maybe we should go downstairs and do
Peter,
a
if possible.
Peter again?
Oh
Peter again. He doesn't even know that we got Peter on here too.
Peter's here.
What?
My name is Peter. We just asked like fucking 5 minutes ago too if Peter's fucking here. Dude, it's so cold in here.
It's freezing.
Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Why would it be getting so much
Even
colder?
more shivering.
And now,
Look,
after all this
look
time,
over. Look over
I don't even dare look over there.
in the bedroom.
Oh.
I'm looking right over there.
Jimmy. Oh,
Are you over there in the bedroom?
this guy, a woman. I don't even know, but I can't put that on there. So she just said, "You want to?"
yeah, there's some.
Oh. Get out.
Some of
Don't trip.
Get out. Don't trip.
mafioso
It's like,
brothel
dude, it's
underground
fucking
stuff
cold.
seems to be popping up in
The
here.
noise was him. Dude, now you see
Dude,
my
I'm-
goosebumps?
Yeah.
It's getting colder by the fucking second in
I
here.
guessed it.
Here, you want me to take that? I'll take that one.
He.
Did you feel that?
Yeah.
That was on the floor. Peter, who's downstairs? We're gonna go down and try to talk to whoever's down there.
It's.
Is that where the evil guy is?
Like a organ. Beep, beep, beep. Hurt.
They gonna hurt us?
Cold out.
Okay,
You little boys. It's singing. Like some dude, like almost mocking.
What do you want us to do?
Oh, I don't know how I could say this, but it's just like, baby. Oh, baby. But it just said, baby. Like a sexual thing. I'm beside you.
Pagan.
They're making him say some
Remember
really
how she
iffy
said
stuff, and they
earlier
even
off
have to cut it
camera
out from
She doesn't
video.
do Christmas, she does pagan stuff.
Yes.
Okay, Peter.
Okay.
Should I pull him out?
Yes.
Peter, we're gonna go downstairs. What's waiting for us down there?
By the pop?
I don't know.
You get me a. Oh, really?
Ooh.
Okay.
That was weird.
Oh my gosh.
Good.
There is so many
23
voices in there.
Wow.
That was
That was
Oh my
crazy.
god.
Peter,
There was
dude.
like tons of stuff there.
Wow.
I don't know what I said, but that's how fucking loud it is.
People
Yeah?
sometimes will, say like, here, I'll sit down. Sometimes people will say, we get the Estes first,
or the spirit talker first, and then the Estes. You said Peter first, and then the spirit talker said, "My name's Peter."
Really?
Uh-huh.
That's weird.
So wait a second. Did you hear that? Yeah, what? It's like a door opened. So I said,
we heard that.
Yeah, I remember.
Really loud bang in there.
I kind of felt something, on my back, like movement.
Yeah. It was
Scared
so
the
creepy.
shit out of us.
I'm ready to get out of here.
There's like so many
Oh my
voices there,
God.
guys. I mean, so many things. And I got the feeling like it was more like, I don't know, I remember the sexual stuff. I don't know how you say that, but it was like a feeling of like dudes.
Well, I was even saying, like, something came up, and I said, I think this might be something going along with the speakeasy next door.
Oh, yeah.
Speakeasy
And then
brothel,
you kept saying stuff that was like,
that would make
100% made sense.
That would make sense.
Like, I need a bottle. Hand me the bottle. Let's party.
All right.
I said that.
Yeah.
We said we're gonna go downstairs and do a DR60 session before we leave. So let's go do that.
All right.
For the end of the night, we're gonna come do a DR60 down here.
And what do we have down here? Lots of knick-knacky things.
Okay, Peter, you wanted us to come down. We came down.
Okay.
Who's down here?
Did you used to go to the speakeasy next door?
Did you make that knock upstairs? Why were you trying to scare us?
Who was the figure we caught on the camera that we used up there? What's your name?
We were talking about unknown deaths and burials. Are you buried here on the property?
Who's the person who banged on the wall behind me upstairs?
Should we stay or should we leave?
Can you say the name of the owner of this place for us, since you live here?
Ooh.
What? That was Scratch? I'm like all tingling.
Who's down here? Did you used to go to the speakeasy next door? Did you make that knock upstairs? Why were you trying to scare us? Who was the figure we caught on the camera that we used up there? What's your name? We were talking about unknown deaths and burials. Are you buried here on the property? Who's the person who banged on the wall behind me upstairs? Should we stay or should we leave? Can you say the name of the owner of this place for us, that you live here?
Oh my gosh!
Said Heidi.
Oh, that was loud.
Do it
That
one more
was
time.
clear as hell.
Let's
My
do it.
God.
The name of the owner of this place for us, that you live here?
That was a good one.
Heidi.
Whoa.
That was good. That was really good.
At least you finally caught
Alright,
something.
guys.
Lordy.
We've been here for about,
They don't like talking very much, but they'll talk through
Let's
other
go in.
methods. Real
Okay,
easy
everybody.
like.
Let's go.
Wrap it up.
Let's go. Let's
inside.
go.
Okay.
Mama Spooks is done with this place. Let's go.
This place is haunted. I think it's haunted by many
It's got
spirits.
some very
and I don't
different
think
energy
we'll
all
ever
over the
figure
place.
out
It's
how
very
many
scattered.
people are still haunting this place, with it being good.
Well,
with
there's
it being
obviously
evil,
something there.
with it being kind of just neutral spirits in this place. I I think this is one of the coolest locations that we've ever done. Amazing history of this place. Heidi, amazing woman, sweetest person ever. But I think we definitely came into contact with some very powerful spirits there. And, I mean, it's definitely a place that I would love to go back to do a little bit digger deeping. Digger deeping?
Digger deeping.
Whoa.
Digger deeping. English, my boy. We're having fun times again. Yeah? Yes?
To do a little bit of deeper dig.
That's really funny.
To do a little bit deeper digging onto what it
Digger
is
deeping.
that is still in this place. But this place is definitely haunted.
Digger deeping.
Wow.
Digger deeping.
The OP Pyle Mansion. What a crazy, beautiful location, first of all. I mean, the house is just so perfect inside. And when you really think about, I mean, not only the fact that Heidi thinks the home was built on a portal, but then you factor in the fact that there are all these spiritual objects inside of the home and actual devices that were designed there in the house to make contact with the other side. That all contributes to the haunting of a place, and it's almost like the OP Pyle House has a massive spiritual battery that can power this portal. That's why it seemed like we interacted with so many different spirits that night, and we did. That's because they're all just coming through at all times, coming through all these different devices and portals and the history. I mean, it's shocking. But, I mean, the mind-blowing things that happened. The Estes with Jeff saying Peter, and then literally seconds later, the spirit talker saying, my name is Peter. You can't make that shit up. You can't program a spirit talker to say certain words. It literally is just like, ooh, it gives me chills thinking about that, because Jeff said
I'm not
that
so
before
sure
the
about
spirit
that,
talker.
but
So people can't say that we tried to copy, so you could hear the spirit talker in his headphones, and then he said it. It was before that, and then the spirit talker said it. So that's absolutely crazy. And then obviously everything else that happened. The thing that stuck out to me was
I still think there's
DAV
ways
being
that the
spelled
spirit talker
on
could be faking
the actual
things,
device
but
during
that
the
was
channeling
a
session.
very
I mean,
interesting
how
string of
powerful
stuff.
is that? So yeah, that proves to me that David was there with us in the room, and that's beautiful. That shows that he still wants to be with Heidi, his wife, even in the afterlife. And yeah, it's just beautiful that we were able to film this episode coming into the holiday season. That shows that love, family, that never dies. The people that love you are always going to be around to love you, and life doesn't end when we end. And this whole thing just goes to show that those thoughts aren't crazy, they're actually true. So, yeah, we have a crazy episode coming next week at the Hill House in Mineral Wells. That one is scary. This one was positive and a little bit freaky. Hill House has some of the freakiest evidence we've captured in a long time in it. So, yeah, buckle up, because this Christmas we're getting dark.
If it's the same Hill House that I've seen
thank you
before,
all for
then yeah,
watching
it's very
so
likely
much.
you'll catch
we
something
love you guys.
nasty.
We'll see you next week, and stay spooky.
Alright, Haunted Hill House. We'll see them all next week, Monday, and whenever I can release the video afterwards. Alrighty. So we'll swap over. Oop, clicked open the wrong window. We'll swap over to this one. Hello. Live action me. This is why I have phlegm. Too much flesh left. Need to fix that. I'm in various stages of decay depending on which version you get to see live. But anyways, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you all very much for joining us. I hope you all enjoyed that little romp. I wasn't expecting it for 3 hours, but I'm glad to actually still be wide awake. Usually I can have a bad tendency to burn out relatively quick. But with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you're enjoying the Sam and Colby stuff, the Between Paranormal stuff, and the Paranormal Files stuff that we've been reacting to and watching on here. Again, by all means, if you're enjoying it, do like, share, subscribe, comment down below, all that good stuff. But also do check out the links down below, both not only to find the original video if you've not watched it already yourself without my commentary on it, But also, if you just want to check out their channel and subscribe to them there, go ahead and watch them first before you watch me, just so I can add a little flavor text to it when there's something interesting to put in there. But otherwise, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you all very much for watching. And also, again, check out the links below, not only for the original video, but also for my socials, my backup channels, my live stream channel, and also, if you case you want some t-shirts or some sports thermoses, some interesting stuff there, and not just completely linked to the stuff you've seen on the content here. Highly recommend the percussion maintenance. I'm a firm believer in it. There's just some devices that need a good fist pounding before they want to work properly. So the percussion maintenance shall continue until its ability to work correctly improves. With that being said, we will see you all next time, and pleasant dreams.